Welcome back to another one of those midweek Challenger Cups that we are covering. 128 players hosted by our beloved content creator friend Joshua Schmidt, and we are diving into the action with some exciting gameplay from top 8 all the way to the finals. If you like this type of content, please make sure to let me know in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and leave a like to the video. Into the gameplay action we go. As we start in the top 8, some information about the players. We do have a fellow content creator here. We do have Mordred, which is also streaming live on Twitch. And he has hit ranked number 1 this season on the ladder, which is pretty impressive, but he's also playing those Challenger Cups. We have him down low, selecting second with the very popular 10-Pie Dragon strategy. And then we have Lori Rum, no cards in extra deck. I see some true Draco cards. That is going to be interesting. Let's have a look. Okay, we go set 1, activate Dragonic Diagram. Dragonic Diagram gets Ogre. That's rough. Here comes the activation of True Draco Heritage, but they cannot draw a card as if it was not tributed. They destroyed it and they draw Pydra for turn. They have double Apophis of the Swamp Deity or Deity. Special summon this. Then you can negate the effects of a face-up card your opponent controls up to the number of other continuous traps you control. This is not even that bad. Especially on the Pydra. This could work. Let's see. We chain the Apophis. They do chain Maxi, so they get another card, but we do chain the True Draco Apocalypse. Negates the Pydra. Doesn't draw anything else that they can play with. Sets the droplet, passes it back over. Summon limit for turn for Loiram. That's not bad. This thing has 2,000 attack points. That's massive. So Apophis attacking over the Pydra. Sets the summon limit. Back over it goes to Mordred, who now draws Ginroku, which is technically a good draw. Goes with the Fadra first, which also gets met with the Apophis bow. Negated. End phase. Ay. Draw phase. Draws another Heritage. Doesn't really help. We do destroy our Spell and Trap. That now destroys the Droplet. Activates Heritage. That gives us the draw 1 this time. It's another one of those Apocalypses though. We can't do anything about the Fadra here yet. Okay, and the Fadra is no longer negated. We go normal Genroku. Destroy Apocalypse. We destroy the Fadra. That works. Genroku effect. Summons Pydra. Pydra gets Kaiman. Kaiman. They chain the summon limit though, and they have summoned twice already. Therefore, only a search, and then afterwards a pass with the Pydra still on the field. They draw a monster finally. Majesty Maiden tributes the Apocalypse, destroys the Pydra. Now we get to draw the Monarchs Erupt as well. It's all going into the direction of Lorirom now. I mean, they got sent first with their True Draco deck, so what did Mordred expect here? They probably knew from Swiss that they would be bringing that deck, and still they went with their Tempai strategy. Okay, we ash for Majesty Maiden. Here comes the Monarchs Erupt, though. And they scoop it up. Game 1 goes to Loiram and the True Draco strategy. I think that's the first time we actually have covered True Draco here this season of the Challenger Cups. So let's see whether they're going to stick to that in game number 2. And also, of course, it will be interesting to see whether Mordred wants to stick with his deck that he played for game 1, which was Tenpai. But no, we do see both players switching it up. And funnily enough, both players switching over to the same deck. Mordred wants to play this deck going first. And Loiram may have suspected that he gets sent first again, but also just didn't want to completely rely on it. And therefore also picked the Fire King Snake Eye variant. Okay, we get Impermed on our Snake Eye Ash. Oh, it's always so rough when you get Impermed on Snake Eye Ash when you have Caught by the Grave and Talons in your hand. Worst feeling ever, but okay. We can go Island now. That gets ashed. We now have the combination live though. We have the Caught by for it, and we do have Talons to look into their hand just after going for Garunix here, which does destroy the Ulcanix. We do summon out Garunix. Now we look into the hand. Goodbye, Nibiru. You're not going to shuffle away anything, or you're not going to tribute the field. It does get shuffled away, but it's not tributing anything. Go for the mill 4 for both players. We do get our own Oak. For the opponent, there is a Fuvalos and the Poplar. For ourselves, nothing else besides the Oak. Oak brings back Poplar. Poplar places Ash down there as well. Alright. That works, of course. Search is original. We do go for Flamberge. Link off these two into IP Masquerena. Flamberge brings back Oak and Ash. Here's Linkuriboh. Is there anything special in the extra deck? We do send away Linkuriboh because we have not even gone into our Pawnics yet. And we do play Skyburn. So even though we already went for the field spell, we do have Skyburn as an additional card we can search to have more interruption for our opponent. Sunlight Wolf, Linkuriboh. What do we get to add back here? Just add back Oak. Fair enough. That's good follow-up. Heat Soul, we are on the Heat Soul technology, and we do draw another talent, which of course now is not that great anymore. Setting up an IP Masquerade and a Spell and Trap Zone, and that is it. Heat Soul draws an Imperm. Both draws not great, because now the Imperm, I mean the other way around it would have been fine, because you could have set the Imperm, but now this way around, the Imperm in hand does not do a whole lot. Okay, we get to start our turn by activating our original with the card we got for free there. So that was an original that our opponent enabled us. Veil's Oak though now. We do bring out VIP Masquerena. We do make SP Little Knight now. Okay. Little Knight banishes the Oak. I think that may have been a little preemptive, to be honest, but Mordred knows his stuff, so you never know. Okay, so Okanix destroys Okanix. Okanix triggers. Garunix triggers. Garunix effect. We do go Princess on that Okanix, because Okanix was already used, so you may as well. Kirin, we do chain. Oh yeah, we do chain everything we have here. We do chain to the Kirin because you don't know what the Kirin would be destroying, and the Kirin does destroy the island, making sure that the entire field is gone. But Garunix in the graveyard, of course, making sure that we are rebuilding and there is no way to come back from that comeback. And therefore, the score is 1-1 and Mordred forces a third game here. And there we have them. Mordred wants to go for... Oh! Complete switch up. Of course, Lowy is the one deciding who goes first or second now for game number 3. And they now have brought the Tenpai Dragon deck. And Mordred very solidly kind of anticipated that that might happen, because they have brought a going first deck with the Fire King deck again. Let's see how this one goes. Double Maxi and no answers. Tough. Standby main. Maxi is resolved. Okanix destroys the OG Garunix. Searches for Pawnix. We do go for one special summon. And we do have the Imperm now, which we have to respond to with the Kirin. Meaning we do get the Sanctuary to our hands, but we do also give them another special summon and therefore another draw. Drawing into Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion. Setting both Cosmic Cyclones. We all see that Feather Duster and that Lightning Storm in their hand. Pawnix back to hand. This might be a quick third one. Due to the nature of Tenpai, this might be very quick. Garunix comes back. Garunix activates, destroys the Kirin. Kirin also brings back the Okanix. Alright, they search for another Kirin. Fair enough. Heavy Storm. Okay, they do protect against the Heavy Storm, but there is still the happiest Feather Duster. All monsters gone. Ghost Spell on the Garunix. Normal summon Genroku. And we all know, and also Mordred knows, that that is everything it needs. All it needs. Onto an open field, that is always going to be the opportunity to go for game. And therefore, we do have Lori Rum defeating the very accomplished Mordred and moving on into top 4. And for top 4, I think we all want to know whether they are going to run it back with their true Draco deck, Lowy Rom, but they are not. They're bringing completely different deck. 4th game we see here from Lowy Rom, and they bring the 4th different deck. They have brought true Draco, Tenpai, Fire King Snake, and now Yubel, and they're up against the powerhouse Victinium, basically topping every single Challenger Cup that they enter. Absolutely cracked at the game. And now up against Lowy Rom here in top 4. Let's see how this one unfolds. Maxi right away from Lowy, and it does resolve. Lowy knows how to make Maxi resolve, and that is a clear pass from Victinium then. Okay. Funnily enough, with them now bringing Yubel, Yubel does struggle to just go for 8,000 points of damage on an empty field. So I don't know whether Victinium knew that they might be bringing Yubel, but that's pretty smart in that instance. Also, I guess keeping the field reasonably empty when having Lightning Storm in the hand is pretty good too. Okay, so Dark Beckoning Beast, we go for opening of the Spirit Gates, Samsara gets met with Maxi. They do have the Ash Blossom and Enjoy Spring though, and that is immediately it. We do not have to talk about that game any longer because Lowy making an appearance here. I think it's the first Challenger Cup that I cast from them, but they are going in now also up a game against the almighty Victinium. So it may really be their day, and I'm excited. Do we have another different deck? It is going to be another different deck. Lowy just keeps on swapping things around, keeps on moving, keeps on picking all the different decks in their collection. Wait, I see a Sangen Kaiman in a Centurion hand. What is this brew? I don't know. I've never seen this. Okay, so Victinium goes first. Victinium, very known for just playing the Fire King Snake Eye deck. Playing it very, very well, so who can blame them? But they're bringing it again here. They have Called for the Maxi. Bonfire searches Poplar. Poplar comes out. Poplar does not get Veilered. Okay. Linkuriboh. Poplar activates, places itself into this bounce trap zone, gets rid of the Linkuriboh. Now that Ponix is safe from the Veiler because they have the Linkuriboh in rotation, meaning maybe we should have done the Veiler immediately on the Poplar, just kind of high rolling on it. Would it have been enough here? It may have been enough here, honestly. To be fair, though, they still have the Oak that they can normal summon. Maybe it would have not been enough. Would have been interesting to see, though. So, Flamberge Dragon. We do go for Linkuriboh that comes back. Promethean Princess. We can reasonably Veiler the Promethean Princess, but it's just not even shutting down that much here anymore, to be honest. I don't know whether we are going to use that Veiler at all now at this point. There's nothing you really Veiler anymore after we're already at this point. Appaloosa, okay. Double Link Force setup. Lori Rom's turn with the Centurion deck, who draws Phalanx for turn, which is of course not great. Trudea gets negated. Stand-up Centurion immediately is being met with the activation of Kirin. We activate Garunix, we bring back IP Masquerena, we activate both on the field as well, so we make Little Knight, and we destroy Avatar. Avatar brings back the Ponix, and Little Knight immediately banishes the Stand-up Centurion as well. Battle Phase, attacks of the Ponix, alright. Battle Phase Kaiman. How big is this Tenpai engine now? This is so weird. It works like a charm, just destroying it with the Princess. We still have the Appaloosa anyway, so I don't know whether there was any danger, but we do for sure now have the information that Victinium equals the score, and we do head into another third game. And so this third and decisive game is going to start with Victinium deciding to just stick to what he's always playing. I just said that. I mean, he's usually just running this Fire King Snake Eye deck all day long, all event long, all top count long, and Loirom. I was hoping that. Going first now in game 3 is back to the true Draco shenanigans. I love it. Let's see. So we do go Diagram. Set 1, Diagram effect. Gets Ogre once again. They just cannot resolve Diagram because the opponent always has Ogre. That's massive. We do Tribute too. We do Tribute a trap card and a spell card to go into Masterpiece, the true Draco Slaying King. Alright, but that's a lot of cards just against that one Masterpiece. And to be fair, it is unaffected, but it can still be destroyed by battle, so not even sure how valuable this true Draco is here. But they do have Monarch's Erupt, but there is the good old reliable and very, very strong Skyburn. If they did not have the Skyburn, it may have been a lot harder, but with the Skyburn, they only have to make sure that they can out the Masterpiece here. And gotta be honest with you guys, I think answering Masterpiece in 2025 is not the hardest challenge in the world anymore. So we do search for Witch, activate Flamberge, activate Witch, bring back all those monsters, go for the Link Free of Promethean Princess. Almost big enough is for Promethean Princess, but we do go even bigger. Okay, they activate the Masterpiece there. Okay, but they can keep on going. There is Raging Phoenix. We do go for Oak. Oak brings back Ponix to the hand. We make a Zelantis. It wasn't... Yeah, it's not even unaffected by monster effects. That's like the worst thing. They can just out it with monster effects. Okay, so Zelantis, Oak coming back. They set the Masterpiece now. Princess destroys the Masterpiece. Is that actually game? This should surely be game, yeah? Look at that. As easy as that. Masterpiece, not the answer anymore most of the time in 2025. Good run by Loirom, but Victinium, as they usually do, is into the finals. We have watched Victinium, but who is going to be their opponent now for the finals? It will be Luvasi, and Luvasi has selected to go second. You do not see any Tenpai cards, but you will have to imagine that this is a Tenpai deck when they chose second. And Victinium is not going with the Fire King Snake Eye deck for once, but instead goes with Mathmech here for this deciding game of the finals. Probably, my best guess would be here, that they bring Mathmech specifically to counter the Tenpai Dragon strategy. They saw probably Luvasi playing Tenpai all day long, and therefore they just thought that this deck may be the best option into that. Okay, we do use Ash Blossom and Joy Spring on Small World. understandable, just cutting off access to the circular. Link to Splash Mage. Splash Mage. Oh, first of all, Guardian. Guardian gets met with the DD Crow. Splash Mage still gets Imperm now too. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And Phase. But do they draw a Tempai card? Usually they draw a Tempai card here. That's how the Tempai deck works, but they do not. Lightning Storm for the Splash Mage. And it goes back over to Victinium. No Mathmech monsters in the graveyard. So this doesn't necessarily really combo. Wait. Oh! For a second I thought that the Diameter could only bring back Mathmech cards, but no. You can just bring back any Cybers monster from the graveyard. Level 4 or lower, but of course we have to implement therefore. 1,000 goes directly and Phase. Luvasi, time to draw a Tenpai card. Time to draw a Tenpai card indeed. It's not the one you want to see though. It is Fadra, which does not make it here. So we attack over the Diameter, set the Droplet, pass it back over to Victinium, who draws Max C now. Also not really the card I want to see. But they bring back Diameter with the equation. They go into Almirage. Link to SP Little Knight. This is not looking too bad now for Victinium. It's a very controlled game state with the Maxi and the DD Crow. But they do draw the Pydra. Pydra could be vulnerable into the Jolin. Wait, no, they don't have Jolin Lockbird anymore. They normal summoned that. Let's see. Finally finding a card that they want to work with. They search for Kaiman. And now the thing is... Wait, it has to be game, right? Chaining the Maxi. Possibly the DD Crow at the right time might be something that can save them. Bring out Pydra. Attack, attack. Oh yeah, with the way it is now, they definitely just have struggle against the DD Crow, which is going to take care of the monster that they target pretty surely. Oh, they go for everything. They go Ghost Ogre and DD Crow so that there is nothing left. Biden back into the graveyard and the Chandra banished. Back over to Victinium, who gets back the SP Little Knight and now also has more monsters to work with finally. Normal summon the Dotscaper, goes into Link Decoder. So that's as many Cybers monsters as anyone could ever imagine. Transcode. At some point they will be met with the Forbidden Droplet though, and that is now apparently. That may honestly be a little bit early. Why did we Droplet that? I thought we just wait for the big Link monster, but instead they just do it there. They go Battle Phase. They set the Imperm, say, hey, one Imperm will surely be enough against whatever they top deck, and they do only top deck a Maxi, which they do normal summon and go into Typhon though. Battle Phase attacks over the Little Knight. This game's still not over. Get rid of the Transcode Talker now, but no, as there is the Infinite Impermanence for it. That Imperm was important, otherwise they would have also been left with nothing here. Goes back over, and they finally draw the Circular. They didn't need it here because they can just go bring back Splash Mage and everything, but game number 1 in the end goes to Victinium and the Mathmech strategy. And now for the second game. Is it going to be the same decks or do we see something changing? We do not see Luvasi moving a single bit, sticking to the Tenpai strategy, choosing to go second now even. And Victinium goes back to good old reliable, goes back to the Fire King Snake Eye deck. Alright, Snake Eye Ash does resolve, searches Poplar. Poplar brings the original Sinful Spots, as we already have the Divine Temple. Now we bring out Flamberge, Link 2 into IP Masquerena. They do not really, like, they didn't draw great cards to interrupt this deck. They go for, oh, they go for DD Crow on the Flamberge here, interestingly enough. Why would you DD Crow the Flamberge there? That's very interesting, actually. I don't think there is too much merit for it. I mean, yes, it's gone, but they didn't necessarily need it there anymore, I feel like. So they bring out Ponix, can just swiftly transition also into the Fire King cards now. Island. Island is going to destroy the Okanix from the hand. Okanix triggers, Garunix triggers. That is multiple level 8 monsters. Do they even bother going into Zombie Vampire here? I couldn't even imagine that they want to. Okay, they do though. Zombie Vampire. They are getting the information that it is Tenpai again. I mean, they chose second, so it would always be Tenpai. But they just still get just another monster. Promethean Princess. Princess brings back the Avatar. 2 monsters remaining next to the Appaloosa and the Avatar to go into Amloware now. This is a massively strong field. And they get the free draw on top of it now with the wanted to draw into another Imperm. This is very, very tough to beat. And they draw Purulia for turn, which is not a card that they do anything with. Okay, Droplet is being chained to the Imperm at least. So we do negate the 2 scary cards on the field, and we do get to resolve, of course, also the Pydra grabbing us with Kaiman, which is massively important. Here comes Kaiman. Kaiman brings out Fadra. Fadra effect. They can just meet that with the Promethean Princess, making sure that Genroku comes back, but the Fadra is gone from the field. Genroku effect. Chains the Druid's Worm on the IP Masquerena. Okay. Bringing out all kind of monsters, destroying the Chandra, which is the most important card that they had there. That's all she wrote. Victinium just winning another tournament. Usual news, nothing special here. Just Victinium winning every single tournament that they play. Still, very impressive stuff. They probably play this Fire King Snake Eye deck as one of the top 10 persons in all of Master Duel. They're really, really good with that deck. I hope you all enjoyed today's coverage of the Challenger Cup. I guess the most interesting thing today was that we saw some True Draco making a top cut appearance, and besides that, of course, Tenpai and Fire King Snake Eye still going very, very strong and basically being involved in any final of all of those Challenger Cups. Who can stop those decks? Maybe with the releases in February that is going to change. If you think the meta is going to drastically change in February, let me know in the comments. And also, of course, let me know if you watched until the very end of this video. Thank you for watching. Until the next one, bye-bye.